Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Carlton, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the downsides of the DJI Pocket 3. I've said many times before that the Pocket 3 is a great camera, and it is in many cases, but there's no perfect camera. So let's talk about things about this camera that might make you pause before buying it. The first downside about the DJI Pocket 3 is that it's not waterproof or weather sealed. So if you're planning to use this camera where water is involved, this will not be a good choice. If you're planning to vlog and there might be a light drizzle, you do not want to use this camera. So this camera cannot handle water at all, whether it's a lot or a little. So just know that if you're using this outdoors in wet situations, this might not be the good choice. You might have to think about getting an action camera. The second downside of the Pocket 3 is durability. So let's look at it right now. I just took the cover off and I'm going to turn it on. And as you can see, it has a physical gimbal. This device itself is pretty small. And then the gimbal is small. So if you drop this Pocket 3, you could damage the gimbal. You could also damage the screen. So it's not a durable device. So if you own this device, you have to baby it. You have to get, it comes with a case. But this case is definitely not the best. Probably would have to buy another case if you really want to protect it. But when you're shooting, the case is not on, right? So you have to be very careful when using this device. You can't accidentally knock it with your hand or somebody hits it. You can't drop it. You just can't really make much mistakes with this. And I would advise that if you buy this device, get the DJI insurance so that if something happens, they can replace it for you. But if you're using it, regardless of if you have insurance or not, you just have to be very careful because it's just not made to be durable like an action camera. The third downside to the Pocket 3 is that there's no histogram or zebras to get the perfect exposure. And this is very annoying because I really love those tools to help me nail my exposure. When I'm shooting on my Sony cameras, I rely on zebras to assist me in getting the perfect exposure. On the Pocket 3, DJI decided to leave out zebras and histogram on the device. And I don't understand why they did that. Because zebras are very, very popular, and zebras and histogram has been around as a tool on cameras for ages. Now, you could get zebra and histogram if you use your phone, but when you're trying to run and gun with this camera, who wants to pull out a phone every minute to check the exposure? If it was right here on the device, it would be much easier. Now, I don't really care about the histogram. I just really like the zebras, but I know some people do depend on the histogram and they like using that tool. So I wish DJI would just include these tools on the device. It doesn't cost any more to do it, and it's just mind-boggling that DJI would leave it off of this device. Downside number 4 is portability issues. Now for this camera, it comes with this case. And when you turn it off, you could put the case on to protect it. The problem is this case doesn't lock onto this device. So it would be great if they had something here to block it in. So if the device drops, it will still be protected. But unfortunately, that's not how it was designed. So if this is in here and this drops, this case would just more than likely fly off of it. And the Pocket 3 could potentially get damaged. Another thing about this case is that if you have accessories like the wide angle lens or any other lens, you won't be able to close the device and put it in the case with the accessory on. Every time you have to turn off this device, you have to take off all the accessories in order to put it in the case and close it up, which is very annoying because, first of all, as I told you before, it's not durable. So you can't just throw this in your bag. You have to put the case on it in order to put it in your bag. And in order to put it in the case, you have to remove any accessories that you have on it. So it becomes an issue when you're trying to do things fast. And that's just one of the downsides of the design. So the fifth downside to the Pocket 3 is the fixed aperture. And that could be a pro or a con. On the pro side, you get better low light ability. But the downside is that when you're outdoors and it's very bright and you have a 2.0 aperture, then you're going to have to use an ND filter in order to get some natural motion blur. Now, if you don't care about motion blur, then the camera is going to raise the shutter speed in order to get the perfect exposure. And that works for a lot of people. Sometimes I use that myself. So just know that if you're shooting outdoors on very bright situations, you're going to have to buy an ND filter if you want to get natural motion blur. The sixth downside to the Pocket 3 is if you want to mount this on a tripod or on a surface using the Q20, you're going to always have to use another device. The Pocket 3 comes with a smaller adapter, which I lost. I had it and I lost it. And then you plug it in under here, and that device has a Q20 on it. And then you're able to mount something like this tripod onto it. Or you can use the battery. This is a third-party battery, has a Q20 underneath. So when you put this on the Pocket 3, then you have the ability to use the Q20. Problem with that is this then makes the Pocket 3 taller. So if you're looking to be more discreet, like have it really small, add in the battery or the adapter, which is smaller. The adapter is about this size, and you put it on here and you get a Q20. It just makes the device a little bit bigger. And I find it totally unnecessary because DJI could have included a Q20 right onto the device. And we won't need an extra device in order to put this on a tripod or something like that. So I find that the people who designed the Pocket 3 made a couple of mistakes. The last downside to the Pocket 3 is actually the price. So right now, there's two options to buy the Pocket 3. You can buy the Pocket 3 with the extra device to get a Q20 at the bottom, and that will cost you almost $800. And if you want to get the combo with the microphone, that's going to cost you almost $1,000. When I bought the Pocket 3, brand new, it was around $450 as far as I remember. And I got it for around $350 used. And the price now is just astronomical. It's just the price is very high. So if you're trying to buy this device right now, you would see in a lot of places it's out of stock. And wherever it's in stock, it's very expensive. Even if you go to Facebook Marketplace, which is where I bought mine, the price is very high. It's $700, $750, $800. People are trying to sell it like it's brand new. So that tells you that this device is very popular still. And people really love this camera. And I've been shooting with this for about 3 to 4 months. And I can tell you, I can see why they love it. It's a great camera. So if you can deal with the downsides, I suggest if you really want this camera to wait, because eventually the price will come down. You can also monitor Facebook Marketplace to see if someone is selling it for a reasonable price and get it as soon as you can. Thanks for watching. I appreciate everyone who subscribed to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.